the states, all over the country. Every governor is accepting our portion of the transportation money, every governor. So every state will benefit. And as we work through the process of going through the certifications for these projects, the money goes out the door and contracts are awarded. And I think if you look at what we've done, we followed the guidelines that Congress gave us, and we're working with state DOTs and governors on their opportunities to receive this money. These projects are projects that were started and stopped because the state ran out of money, or they're projects that could never be funded because the state didn't have the money to do it. And when I think, when it's all said and done, you're going to see an enormous number of people working on these projects this summer.
It appears that, as we speak now, many of the projects are planned in areas where there's a low unemployment.
Well, if you look at the grand scheme, the plan here is to work with state DOT directors and governors on projects that they didn't have the money to fund. And, you look around the country, there's 28 projects that we have certified, and an enormous number of people are going to be working. The idea that a project was funded in an area that maybe doesn't have as high unemployment as another area, people from all over the region are going to be working in these jobs. The idea is to put people to work. Because a project might have been funded in a county that has a lower unemployment than some other county, people from all over the regions work on these jobs. They come from all over the state. It's not just, if one county gets the project, people come from all over the state to work on these projects. The idea is to drive down unemployment. The idea is to take people who've been on unemployment and put them to work in good-paying jobs. When we went up to New Hampshire and announced the project on 101, I shook hands with about 30 people there. Every one of them had just come off of unemployment, had been hired by the contractor, and were able now to work in good-paying jobs, taking care of their families. Were they all from that part of New Hampshire? Of course not. They were hired by the contractor because they're skilled people.
Can you update us on the thoughts on fixing the Mexican trucking issue?
Yeah, the proposal is pending at the White House, and we're waiting really for the White House to give us a signal so we can go back to Capitol Hill and meet with the senators and congressmen that I met with. I met with about 28 senators and members of Congress. And the game plan is to go back and talk to them about what, the proposal that we put together. And we're going to be doing that very soon.
Is this a proposal that you developed with the Hill?
Yeah, it's a proposal that really we developed after discussing with 28 members of Congress their concerns about the program that was eliminated, and we really tried to address the issues. Every one of them talked to me about safety issues that they were concerned about with Mexican trucks. And I think when you see the proposal that we put together, it addresses safety issues. And so as soon as we get a signal from the White House, we'll be back on the Hill.
How soon is that going to be?
Soon.
Is this what you
slow things down?
Pardon me? Yes, of course.
What kind of safety issues the project, the pilot project?
Driver safety, truck safety. How do you measure that? How do you really know that a driver has complied with the hours of service? All of those issues. So it's equipment safety, it's driver safety, it's hours of service and how you measure that, and how you can really check on those things.
Program before deal with the same issues?
They did, but not enough to really satisfy the members of Congress. That's why they eliminated it.
Will they be satisfied with
I think they will. I think they will, because what we've done is taken their ideas and put them in our proposal.
Secretary,
and this has been vetted through the State Department, the Department of Commerce. It had, DOT was tasked with putting it together, but we did it in collaboration with state, with the Commerce, with the trade rep, and so that everybody, I think, feels that we have a pretty good proposal.
Mexicans go along with it too?
Well, we got to sell it to Congress first.
what about the Teamsters? I understand they had some concerns that went beyond the safety, concerns with wage differentials.
I had a meeting with Jim Hoffa. He was a part of a group that came by the department. We listened to them, and we tried to address their issues. So we'll see.
Do you think you succeeded?
We'll see.
Mr. Secretary, what about taxes as the administration?
You know, that's a decision that has not been made yet. There's a lot of discussion and a lot of meetings going on with respect to that. So
from a holistic standpoint, as you talked about environmental.
look at that decision hasn't been made, and when it is made, I'll be happy to comment on it.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.